Today I fucked up by congratulating my coworker. TIFU. I know I did, I know ITA. But is there anything I can do to make this better? So my coworker, K30SF, is married with a toddler. I don't know all the details, but I know she had a crappy go of it when she was pregnant with /postpartum with her first kiddo. She was really sick, and I heard she had a couple emergency surgeries in the year after she had her baby. She's a nice lady, a little quiet and tends to keep to herself, but will smile and talk to you if you approach her. Anyways, it's been a bit of a not-so-secret that she and her husband have been trying for baby number 2 for a while now. I don't know, maybe a year? This morning at work, I overheard my office mates chatting amongst themselves, discussing how Kay has already popped, and they hope this time goes better for her. I assumed I'd missed the memo, and Kay had announced a pregnancy. So when I see Kay standing in the hallway later, having a snack, I also see that she does definitely have what looks like a little baby bump. She's pretty tall and thin, so it's not like it was hard to notice. Wanting to be friendly and happy for her, I walk up, smile, and tell her congratulations on the new pregnancy. Imagine my shock and surprise when Kay stares at me, tears up, and literally walks away crying without a word. A couple other coworkers witnessed this, and an older lady who is friends with Kay outside work pulled me aside and told me that Kay is actually in the waiting window. Doesn't know if she's pregnant or not, and has been getting approached by multiple people about her stomach this week. Apparently, my congratulations were the straw that broke the camel's back? Anyways, I know I screwed up. I shouldn't have said anything without knowing for sure. Kay has been avoiding everyone, staying glued to her desk, and not looking up at anyone. I feel awful, but also, she literally looks pregnant? She wasn't even hiding the bump? It's common knowledge that she and her husband want at least one more kid? What should I do? I feel bad, and want to apologize, but I also don't want to make this worse by talking to Kay about it more. TLDR, I congratulated a coworker on her pregnancy, without confirming she was actually pregnant. Turns out she doesn't know either, and started crying. How do I make this better? Life lesson: never comment on anyone potentially being pregnant unless you hear them confirm it themselves, or if they are telling you directly. It doesn't matter how obvious it may seem. Apologize. I made a bad assumption. I'm deeply sorry, and it won't happen again. No qualifiers. No blaming others for gossiping. Own it. Gotta let it ride. Could be nerves, could be a miscarriage. Could be a multitude of things, but trying to fix it might be worse. Just staying out of that business is probably your best bet, and just say hi. I wouldn't try apologizing, it'll likely dig a deeper hole. Honestly, people should mind their own, unless it's public knowledge. I've heard enough stories that I'll wait for someone to tell me they're pregnant, even if they look like they're 9 months along. Oof, that's a rough spot, but you're not a villain here. You acted on what sounded like solid info, and it just hit her at the worst possible moment. Best move now is a quick, low-pressure apology. Something like, "Hey Kay, I'm really sorry I made an assumption earlier. I didn't mean to upset you." Then let her steer the convo. After that, give her space, and just be normal around her. She's dealing with something heavy, and your mistake was human, not malicious. Today I fucked up by accidentally swapping an ingredient, and made the worst mac and cheese. I've been craving a good mac and cheese for about a week, so I decided to make my own from scratch. I went to Reddit for a solid recipe, and got one that looked simple: macaroni, evaporated milk, and cheddar cheese. Got it. Went to the store. Macaroni. Evaporated milk. Cheese. Macaroni. Evaporated milk. Cheese. Macaroni. Condensed milk. Cheese. I grabbed the condensed milk off the shelf. Wow, that was easy. Went home and started making the mac and cheese for me and my husband. So far so good. Added the condensed milk and cheese. This looks so good. Let's take a test bite. All I tasted with sugar. It was disgustingly sweet. Where did I go wrong? My husband asked, "What kind of milk did you buy?" Me, condensed milk. Oh, I learned that condensed milk is for baking and has a load of sugar. We threw out the mac and cheese and ordered delivery. Too long, did not read. I used condensed milk instead of evaporated milk and made very sweet mac and cheese. MHHM, dulce de leche macaroni. The moment I saw evaporated milk, I knew how it was going to end LMAO. I too just learnt that there are 2 types of canned milk like a few months ago. I thought all of them were condensed milk, but with a fancy name, LOL. Friend once wanted to make curry, from a recipe I gave her. But she didn't want to use coconut milk. No problem, I said, use plain yogurt. She thought that vanilla equals plain. Her boyfriend asked me later, "What the hell recipe did you give her?" Sweetened condensed milk should have given you your first clue. Grinning squinting face, grinning squinting face, grinning squinting face. Condensed milk. You basically made caramel mac and cheese. One time I was walking down the aisle in a grocery store and a guy stopped me and asked, "Hey, is condensed milk the same as evaporated milk?" And I was like, "Oh no, definitely not." Today I fucked up showing my kids the Labyrinth movie, Brooke Shields/David Bowie. Spoilers man, I forgot how absolutely traumatizing the beginning of it was, but I remember loving it as a kid. I have toddlers who are around 3 now, and damn I was just so tired of Peppa and Cocomelon, and so I browsed YT free movies, and I saw the Labyrinth was free and thought, oh snap, I loved that movie as a kid. I just remember thinking the puppets were cool, and the soundtrack was my favorite. Then like 5 minutes in, I knew the baby brother was taken by the goblins and Brooke Shields had to go save him, but I completely forgot how absolutely terrifying the entire scene leading up to that was. And I look over at my kid, and she's trembling because she's so scared. The other one didn't seem so bothered, but I just immediately had to stop the movie and change it to something else. So now we are watching Charlie Brown, and I'm trying to explain to her that the princess, Brooke Shields, went to save the baby from the goblins, and I just feel like a terrible parent, and that I've accidentally traumatized my child for life, because I'm a dumbass, and I just wanted to pick something we all might like. Now she's confused and scared for the baby that got kidnapped by goblins, and wants to know if it's okay, and if I should just continue the movie, or just leave her confused. But now I probably gotta check for goblins every night for the next few years before bedtime. Damn. Frowning face. Too long did not read. Showed my kids the beginning of the Labyrinth. It scared one. I turned it off. Now I feel bad. Edit. I'm still a dumb ass because it's Jennifer Connelly and not Brooke Shields. Woman facepalming. Update. So I ended up fast-forwarding to the part of Magic Dance, where the baby is laughing and having a good time and kept telling her, "See? Baby is okay. Baby is happy and dancing with the goblins." And she really seemed to like that. She was smiling at the part when they were tossing the baby back and forth while singing, and that really seemed to reassure her that all was well. Update 2. I said fuck it, and we finished watching the movie. She wouldn't stop asking about the baby and the goblins, and a lot of you were saying, perseverance is best, and children are stronger than we give them credit for. I guess it's best that we realize that not everything in life will be like Peppa Pig and Cocomelon, and I don't want my kids expecting that out of reality. But they really enjoyed the rest of the film. Thanks for the advice, everyone. Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie. TIFU by claiming Brooke Shields is in this movie. Whoa. Jennifer Connelly. Brooke Shields had nothing to do with this. Since everyone else is harping on the Brooke Shields thing, I'll point out your other, more trivial, mistake. The movie is just called Labyrinth. No you bastard. I suggest a nice relaxing animation about rabbits to calm them down. Watership down. You showed them the horrifying part, but not the part where she saves them. You're not done. Your children must return to the labyrinth. They must finish. Today I fucked up by drinking after being 3 weeks sober. I'm honestly a bit embarrassed by this. I'm embarrassed and disappointed in myself. Part of my embarrassment comes from feeling like sobriety isn't really a thing. Like a lot of people, I've always drank causally. Around 2 years ago is when I feel like it became an actual issue. It started with coming home and having a drink or 2 every night. Prior to that, I would only drink on nights when I didn't have to work the next day. Quickly, those 2 drinks turned into 3 or 4 or 5, and suddenly I realized I was going through at least half a bottle of liquor every night. I would tell myself, I'm not going to drink tonight, while I was at work or on my way home. Then I'd get home and sure enough, I'd justify just having one. Then 1 became 2, and that became 3, and then there I was finishing off another bottle. That was every single night. I wasn't fall down or pass out drunk. I still woke up and went to work every morning. My struggle with it was completely internal. I lost my motivation to do anything enjoyable. I started feeling depressed. It even changed the way I saw myself. 2 weeks and 5 days ago I decided that enough was enough, and I needed to stop. I told my wife I wasn't going to drink anymore because I felt like it had become a problem. That was the first time I said it out loud. My wife said that she never thought it was an issue because I didn't get drunk, just occasionally a little tipsy. I got rid of any of the alcohol I had, and the first 2 days were hard, but I started to feel better. I felt more energy. I felt happier. I felt better about myself. I still thought about drinking, but I was doing good. Then last night, my wife got into an argument with our son. She walked away and asked me to deal with it because she was getting overwhelmed. That led to me and my son arguing over what really should have been a minor issue. We eventually settled it, as best as it could be at least, and he walked away. I stood in the kitchen trying to calm down. That's when it hit me. I had an old bottle of brandy that I had for years. I poured a glass, sat down on a stool and drank it. Then another and another. I drank 3/4 of the bottle by the time my wife came back in. I wasn't angry or tense anymore. She didn't say anything about the drinking. We just went on with the night like nothing happened. An hour or so later, my son and I were talking like normal. Everything was fine until I woke up this morning with that same old feeling that I hated. My wife says that it's not a big deal because I wasn't drunk, but I feel ashamed for giving in like I did. I again have no motivation and keep thinking about picking up another bottle of liquor before going home. I want it to be a big deal. I want someone else to tell me that I FD up. Too long did not read. After heavily drinking every night for the past 2 years, I decided to stop drinking. I didn't drink for almost 3 weeks, but last night I drank almost a whole bottle of liquor because I felt upset and stressed by something. Now I hate myself for it, and I don't want it to be okay. And you start over today. What's the line from Alfred in the Dark Knight movies? Why do we fall? So we can learn to get back up. Don't beat yourself up over it. If you want to learn more skills, go to an AA meeting. There is no shame in going to AA. You are not alone. You got this. It would be great for today to be your 20th day sober. But you know what? Today being day 1 sober is a good milestone too. Let's keep going and see how the day goes. Day 2 is tomorrow. Hey, addiction is tricky. This isn't okay because it's not okay by you, but it isn't something to beat yourself up over. You did well going as long as you did on your first try. Next time will be longer or forever. Isolate it. So you messed up. Today is a new day. Just keep going. Maybe go to a meeting if need be. You still have 3 weeks sober, with just a small interruption. Keep going. I've been sober a little over a year. You got this. You don't get over addiction in 3 weeks. Some slip-ups are bound to happen. Start over again. Be proud you made it 3 weeks. Learn from it. Analyze why it happened and think about and make a plan for how you could avoid it in the future. You might try the subreddits r/stopdrinking and r/sober. People who have faced similar challenges will probably have some good advice and support. Be good to yourself. Don't beat yourself up over one slip and fall. You can still try again the next day.